What's the most difficult part of being in that moment, and did you say anything in that moment?
Getting the first down is probably the hardest. We were going against a really good defense. They had a great plan against us. We made plays when we needed to, but you got to give credit to them. They played really well.
What was the moment like for you when you were walking off the field, kind of soaking all of that in?
It was exciting. It was exciting to see all the fans that stayed around. It was tough to hear all the Bengals fans in the stadium, but they showed up, after everybody else filtered out, and so that was exciting. And I'm excited to get back to Cincinnati and see everybody.
Who's the first person you celebrate?
I guess it was Zach. I think I saw Zach right after the kick went in. Gave him a big hug.
How does this feel? How surreal is it that you're going to the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't call it surreal.
Or is it?
I wouldn't call it surreal. I would say it's exciting. I think if you would have told me before the season that we'd be going to the Super Bowl, I probably would have called you crazy. But then, we played a whole season, and nothing surprises me now. I know the kind of guys that we have and the team that we have. So, there's still one left. We're excited about this one, but we'll celebrate tonight and then move on.
And then, can you tell us a little bit about your chain there?
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah.
I would not. There's no story to it. It's just I think it's pretty cool.
You think the rest of Cincinnati is going to have JB9 chains over the next 2 weeks? They'll make their own. I'm sure you saw the sunglasses. If the glasses are any indicator, I would say yes.
Joe, I was going to ask you a little bit about those glasses and the chain, and if you had anything fun planned for the Super Bowl, if you let yourself think that far ahead, and just sort of about what it means to you to present as such a cool and collected guy.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to figure something out. I haven't really thought about it. I thought about this one. This is probably my favorite outfit of the year. I was excited about this one. They're definitely real. I think I make too much money to have fake ones, so these are real. I'm sorry. What was the second question?
It was. Did you sense an opening on the sideline when the Chiefs didn't come away with at least three, up 21-10 at the end of the first half?
Yeah, that's a great point. That was a big play that our defense made. I think that stretch right there, we scored a touchdown, and then they drive right down the field, and in a 2-minute situation, and our defense prevents any points from being put on the board, and I think that was really the turning point in the game.
Just in general, how did the team and the franchise turn around from last place in the AFC North last season to this year making it to the Super Bowl?
I think it's that's a tough question because you don't really think about it that way. You just think about it as going into an off season and working really hard for potential opportunities, and this is what you work so hard for. We didn't go into the off season saying, hey, we got to have a great off season to make it to the Super Bowl next year. I think everyone just went into it and said, I have to get better as a player so we can be better as a team. It's just great. The situation that I'm in socially doesn't really feel real to me because, in my head I'm just the same old guy, but, one of my idols growing up, Kid Cudi, reached out to me yesterday. You got LeBron tweeting at me or whatever you said it was. I mean, that part is surreal. The football part, not so much. That stuff is crazy.
You got a favorite Cudi track, just out of curiosity?
So I listen to New York City Rage Fest every game day, right before I go out. Man on the Moon. I mean, I like all of this stuff.
So Zach mentioned a play in the third quarter where he said it was one of your favorites, and it all went to hell, and you made something out of nothing and hit Chase. Do you remember that play? Can you walk us through that? And what kind of lift did that give you guys to make something out of nothing and kind of spark the comeback?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what play it was, but I remember just making something happen in the backfield, and Jamar did a great job of getting open for me, but I kind of knew going into the game that I was going to have to make some plays with my legs. I had a feeling that they would, double Jamar and double one of our other guys, and that leaves nobody covering me, so I knew that I was going to have to make some plays. Yeah, I think if you would have told me coming into the league, when I got drafted that we'd be here this year, obviously it would be a shock, but like I said earlier, now it's not. I'm not surprised. Playing this whole year, I knew we would have a chance to be here, but today was a great win for the organization, for ownership in the city, and me personally as well. So, it's a very exciting moment.
Is there anyone in your mind that you want to call or talk to first after a win like this, after a moment like this? Someone that comes to mind that you'd like to talk to and just kind of thank for your journey?
Well, I thank my physical therapist in the locker room. That was, he was with me all off season. Put vacations on hold to help me get back to where I needed to be, and he really helped me a lot, as well as my physical therapist in California. So, I owe a lot to those two guys.
Joe, Zach said that last night in the meeting you mentioned you were going to run for 100 yards today. I'm curious why you thought it would be a day that would be something that would happen, and how big you felt your legs were in keeping the drives alive.
I knew that coming in, I didn't really run a lot against them the first game. Didn't really extend a lot of plays. So I think going in, I kind of expected them to, not really account for that. So that was a big part of my mindset coming in. If 1 and 2 weren't there, try to make a play with my legs or get rid of the ball. Not take as many sacks as I did last week, and I'm really excited about how it played out.